I called you 5 minutes ago.
You told me you'd be home in 3.
Mom, I was in town. There was traffic.
You know you're supposed to call me every time you hit a stoplight.
You know our town. It wasn't a big deal. I was just stopped and I was going to be home in 5 minutes.
Well, there's been a lot of crime happening in our town lately.
Really? I've been gone a month at the exact same town that I grew up in. It's safe.
People have been ding-dong ditching a lot.
That's not going to hurt me, Mom.
How's school?
Okay. I failed the test last week.
I know, I called your teacher.
You know?
Yeah.
Why did you call my teacher?
Because I wanted you to have a better chance at getting a better grade, so he's going to let you retake it.
Mom, you can't call my teacher. I'm in college now. You've been doing this my whole life.
Well, how's the food at school?
It's okay.
Well, I don't really like what they serve you there, so I'm going to send you back some food because I want you to eat organic and just stay strong and healthy.
Mom, I can eat in the dining hall. It's a college experience.
Yeah, but it's greasy food.
It's fine. I haven't got to eat it my whole life. Something new for me. This is a prime example of helicopter parenting. Helicopter parenting starts at a young age, and parents usually hover their children until college years or even professional years.
Mothers and fathers hover over their children every move and don't let them make their own decisions.
In psychology, things are not just black and white, but always deal with in-depth problems. There's always two sides of a story, just like helicopter parenting. I'm going to talk about the pros and cons of helicopter parenting from a psychologist's point of view. The pros tend to be a lot less than the cons because research shows that it's worse to never let your kids experience things for themselves. Although according to Winton from our psychology book, evidence shows that the quality of the attachment relationship can play a big role in a child's development. With this being said, not showing enough attention to your kids can cause them to have problems with close relationships later on down the road. The reason why helicopter parenting is so bad is that parents become way too overprotected and the kids never learn on their own. According to Levy, he characterized maternal overprotection as having a high degree of physical and social contact with the child, extreme amount of over-concern with the child, which prevents independent behavior. What Levy means by this is that helicopter parenting does not only let your kids act on their own and make life important choices. This is also important because these choices can determine their entire lives. The odds that your children will get hurt sometime down the road are close to 100%. The more that you restrict your child from doing these things, the more that the children will get hurt worse later down the road. You need to let your children explore. It is okay to let them go out and play on a jungle gym and maybe get a few bumps and bruises. People may say that they're just looking out for the safety of the kids, which is somewhat true, but if you never let your kids experience things, it would hurt them later down the road. It is also okay to tell them not to just do things, but to live a little. These are the pros and cons, and I hope I gave you enough information for everyone to realize that doing too much helicopter parenting can be a very bad thing.
There are 5 types of helicopter parenting. The first one is consumer advocate. These parents think college not as an educational journey, but also a service transaction. The second one is fairness advocate. Parents determine the best for their children at all times. The third one is vicarious college students. Parents are at every event and at every sporting event on the weekends. The fourth one is toxic parents have psychological issues and are controlling, and they live their child's lives. The fifth and final one is safety patrol parents. They focus on the safety of their children, talking to campus staff, and about safety on the campus.
Helicopter parenting has many outcomes for both the child and the parent. A child that has been hovered by their parent in every aspect of decision-making throughout their life has entered the new world not being able to be independent. A child that has been raised by helicopter parenting are more vulnerable, more self-conscious, and are reluctant to new ideas. Also, children that have been raised by helicopter parents do not have the social skills as other children do, because their parents have stepped in and talked for them. Helicopter parenting is detrimental to a child's growth, and usually a child is not mentally or physically strong enough to defend for themselves in the new world.
Mostly mothers are affected by helicopter parenting because they spend all their time trying to raise and protect their child that they lose all their personal relationships with people their own age. Most women who are helicopter parents end up in divorce, and they don't spend any time and try to live their life through their child's.
The psychological effects of a child from having helicopter parents is that when the child gets out into college, they don't know how to form a relationship because they don't know how to react with one another, and so as a side effect, they won't be able to get friends because they won't know how to interact with them, like how to hang out with them, because their parents have been hovering over them their whole life, and so they don't know what to do because their parents have always told them, okay, this is what you should do in this situation, and this is what you ought to do in this situation. But when they go off to college, their parents aren't there, and so they don't know what to do. And I hope you guys have enjoyed this conversation about helicopter parenting.
Thank you.